My dad had just bought me the new Europa League football, and I loved it, right? And these group of like 16-year-olds come over, just took my balls, and just wouldn't give me back, and they just booted it in the tree.
Character building.
This man has ran a PB in the marathon.
Thank you.
We got a Q vlog coming up against Wafflin.
He absolutely promised me he'd be good at something because he played basketball.
Nah, I was more successful in basketball than you were in football. I was technically 2 levels below international level.
I don't believe that.
That's what I'm.
All warfare eventually will be just like fought between drones.
What about? There won't be wars anymore, because if there is a war, someone gets nuked and we all die.
No, we'll
You
be
know what?
using
We're
dinosaurs.
more likely to get world peace. Well, think about it. If everyone,
Unwoke television programs.
Yeah, like
Little Britain.
Balls of Steel.
Correct.
was actually-
Comedy's crap now.
I had a near-death experience. I'm riding down this thin road, and this car, I swear to God, it was going like 80 mile an hour.
It was Dom Toretto.
I got family.
Let's make a promise to the listener
Dad shoes there.
that we will not talk over each other. And thank you for 50,000 subscribers.
No, blah, 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 do it.
Lewis has become everything he hates, by the way. First
Yeah,
of all,
it's
he
true.
started running.
Yeah.
Second of all, he's now cycling and he's getting lycra.
You know what's crazy? Him holding a coffee there is like, that is prime Theo Baker in a snapshot.
Yeah.
You actually do look like.
No,
Theo.
I'm
It's
actually starting
crazy
to
how much
realise-
you've molded into him. It's
I'm starting to
mental.
realise. Well, not you do imprint off the people who you're around the most.
Yeah,
and
you're the average
I'm
of the-
choosing Theo.
well, no,
Well, no,
he's-
you're the average of the 5 people.
I could have became a shagger, an athlete, or
Speaking of athlete, who do you think is going to win the Masters? Because we should put it out there. at the universe.
Oh,
Rory.
Bathia.
Actually, Batia.
Batia, yeah, he's
Yeah.
50, he's 50 to 1.
on all that. I've got Potter Cup coming up end of the month.
How do you know all the odds of the players?
So I'm gonna have a bet on it.
On the Potter Cup.
You're not playing golf again.
I am. I'm playing Potter Cup at the end of the
No,
month.
you're not.
I'm
mate.
doing that bike ride, and then I'm doing Potter Cup a week later, and then I'm getting surgery. That's
You
the plan.
booked it in?
No, they
Wow,
ran me
you
today,
really
though.
are just following in his footsteps.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
No, but like obviously we lost really
Really
badly
starting to
last
get a
year.
bit weird
so
now.
this
You're
year-
going to copy everything I do. Did a bike ride,
Yeah.
a golf,
And then surgery. Then surgery after when it's needed. That's like the.
Yeah, you kind of
Weird.
cool, though.
Drinking a cappuccino in my jacket.
Did you say Rory, by the way?
Yeah, I think Raw Dog's got it. I know my golf,
Raw
man.
dog.
And by the way, unlike you, I know what it's like to compete at the highest level of golf.
No, you
like,
don't.
understand-
I will
playing
say,
Potter
actually,
Cup.
I'm the only one who sort of had experience of playing golf in front of a crowd.
What's that got to do with anything?
Nice level.
I mean, not. Yeah. I mean, in terms of like a crowd of people that don't know me, yeah, I suppose so. I've played like actual competitive golf, but you know, it doesn't matter.
What's this got to do with us predicting who's winning the Masters?
Yeah, what does it have to do with the Potter Cup?
I used to talk about Masters and golf. I just brought up Potter Cup.
So why is it happening so early this year, the Potter Cup?
It's more that last year it happened late. It's a mixture of what we have a mate who's like goes traveling and that, and he's moving off to Canada. Fucking boring. So we have to do it earlier in the year. He has to find himself again.
How are you going to play golf when you don't have an ACL?
This is what I'm saying. You can't play.
You can't rotate.
Well,
Yeah.
no, this is the problem. I have to play because the tournament must be played. So I will.
Can the
play.
tournament not be played without you?
Can't you be
Yeah, no.
designated?
Every player has to play.
Lou, why can't you do like I'll be the designated putter or the driver?
No, it has to be strict. It's strict rules,
You, don't,
man.
you
It's the
can't
Potter
have
Cup.
a. You can't
we've
have a stunt double standing.
We've been through this. You know how important this is.
Do you not have any other friends that could play?
He has
No, not one of the Potters though. It's kind of a deep law.
Potters.
Yeah, they're not one of the Potters.
Lou, you're not going to hit your driver, are you?
No, I'm thinking I'm going to stay with hybrid and play really soft, and I think it's actually going to improve my game.
I think you should
because normally I'm trying to hit
take
far.
a 7-iron on every tee shot.
Yeah, I think play it really slow, good shot
Don't
game.
use the hybrid. That's a silly idea.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to end limp banana, but like if we win the Potter Cup, it's fucking beast mode and it's worth it.
Haven't you lost it back-to-back years?
Yeah, I'm sort of one of the belief that we're never going to win it ever again.
Why did
Yeah,
you
but how many you're just going to keep getting continuously beat?
Yeah,
by
but
when
we-
you go, oh fuck
Hear
it,
me out.
man. Look, we're
No,
done now with this
we will
comp."
play every year, but we've already won once at least.
Hear me out.
Right.
You get Reev to wear glasses, Adidas tracksuit.
Yeah.
On,
Do you want to come to Lancashire at the end of the month?
And they
You're
won't be
doing
able
it
to tell the
in. You're
difference.
doing it in Lancashire.
I think so.
Why not doing it abroad?
Mate, I think it's just like money thing. Someone that didn't
Sorry,
really-
you're sending me
one-
to the arse end of Burnley to pretend I'm you.
I don't know if it's Lancashire. I don't know where it is.
You
It's
could do it.
somewhere.
Yeah.
But someone couldn't afford it, basically. They fucked up their money.
Let's face it, like they ain't going to notice the difference between you and Lou.
That's true. actually.
Two athletes in their prime.
Well, no, now I'm more you. You should come.
What are you more nervous for, the Potter Cup or the bike ride?
The bike ride. I think the bike ride is one of those things
Can we
where...
show the video of Lewis trying out his new bike?
Yeah. And the problem is with the bike ride is, I've never done anything on my legs anyways, never mind fucking me leg.
Why are they both just on their phone, by the way?
Sorry, I was just getting.
I'm doing my master's picks, so it's
you
quite
could
relevant.
do that after the
You're
show.
on a podcast.
I'm responding.
Also, says him, by the way.
That's bad from you.
I'm responding to everything that's been mentioned so
No, but
far.
as a listener, if you're not engaged in the conversation, they're not
you just on your
engaged.
phone. Go, yeah.
It's a visual podcast.
Yeah, say sorry.
Fucking hell.
Terrible
Anyway,
form.
should we have our
Before,
discussion?
yeah,
then?
before we were rudely interrupted by
So,
Reev.
Rudely interrupted by yourself saying that I was on my phone.
No,
That's
it's-
exactly
Just
what
because you're
happened.
replying, if someone is at dinner, if I'm having a dinner with Lou, right, and he's talking to me, but he's on his phone, like half-arsing it, I think that's rude as hell.
And actually, you're not going to open
Why
up
did
as
no one
much.
ask me who my master's pick was then? Exactly, yeah? You're fucking rude, the
That
lot of
is
you.
true.
No one cares. about
Conversation goes both ways.
yours. No one cares.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we were going to ask you. Actually, I went like this,
No,
but you didn't see me because you're on your phone.
gaslighting again.
It was true, I was there.
Right.
You had a bike that was too small for you, and you got gaslit in by the.
Everyone's telling me that it's the right size.
No,
but
it
it's
was
like,
way too small for you. Sam.
Yeah, I mean, and to value your opinions or Elliot Hackney's, it's like,
He doesn't know anything about any
I know.
sport.
Well, actually,
Isn't
no,
that his
he's a
first-
former Olympic cycler. He used to do
Cycler.
the drone race, and he said he was in the Olympics.
Cycler.
Who?
Elliot, he was trying to get in the Olympics. Yeah, he used to ride around the drone.
The velodrome.
Velodrome.
Is this a joke?
That's what he
Drone.
told me.
That can't be true.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like he seems
What, like the Paralympics?
no, but he seems like calmly confident about the bike ride. So if you listen to this, it's basically
his legs
60
too
kilometers bike ride from Burton Stadium to Stoke. But it should be alright.
Surely that's like
He said his legs are too short. He's a little bastard, to be fair.
I do think it's probably like it's more like the running where it's like it's best off not knowing how shit it's going to be.
Right,
and then
what are
you'll
you
just find
doing
out
again?
on the day.
I'll-
It's only 60
Mate,
kilometers.
it's 60k. It won't be that shit. It'll be
I'm
a
just
couple
more
hours.
thinking
that would be like
Yeah.
running 10k.
5k.
No, it'd be more like.
But is it like running?
Nah, biking's way easier.
I'm more
Yeah,
worried
it's
about
not
my knee.
5K.
Well, no, it isn't.
It would be.
No, because an Olympic triathlon is 5k run and 20k ride.
What?
And a sprint run. An Olympic is a
Yeah,
10k run.
because
It'd be
they're
like running
sending-
13k.
They're sending it, but he's taking all day to do 60k.
Don't diminish
Well,
what
we
you're
are
trying to do.
doing.
No, but it's over.
No,
the,
diminish him.
it's-
I'm an inspiration.
It's literally over the
I have
course of
one
the day.
leg.
He can take as long as he wants. That is the equivalent
To
of
the
walking a
Paralympian.
5k.
He's aspiring all those out there with no ACLs.
I am.
Yeah, true. Actually, you shouldn't.
And then
be
I'm
doing
going to
it.
win the Potter Cup, and then I'm going to have surgery, and then I'm going to come back and become champion of Misfits before it collapses.
still around by
Yeah,
the
if it's still. I think it's all around. I think I'm going to just stop the
But
surgery.
you've
There's no
now
point.
got a new bicycle. Thanks
Yeah.
to Daddy.
Thanks, Daddy Theo, giving me
Don't
a bike.
lose it though. I said to him, you better not lock that up outside.
It's hard
Take
to ride
flat.
it, isn't it?
How can you lose a
Hard
bike?
to ride it.
Get stolen.
I'm used to
outside,
line
isn't it?
bikes.
It's just like riding.
The
a
last
bike.
bike I had that wasn't electrical.
Oh, yeah, that's true. If you're used to a
BMX.
line bike, you're
Nah, he went
Yeah,
on my
mate.
bike earlier this morning. He was all over the place. I had to teach him how to use gears.
Yeah.
You're not using clips, surely.
I've only ever
No,
had a
I
BMX.
took the clips off this morning. I put
Fucking
normal
hell.
pedals on.
I've only ever had a BMX.
You should have given him the clips to try with the shoes and gone, right, let's see how you do, and then just watch him fall over.
No,
the side.
I did that once.
It's
It's
horrendous.
fucking embarrassing.
But do you know what? I was going to do that, but I actually thought I'm going to take him off because I don't think his knee will be able to get out.
Oh yeah, you can't.
won't be able to twist his knee.
yeah.
No, that'd be
Rotate
bad.
his
I think
leg.
if he clips in, he'll be stuck on the
I
bike.
am quite nervous because I put it in chat the other day. I was on a bike the other day away from work, on the way from
Yeah,
home from
sorry, I'm
work,
just
and it
reading
almost
this.
died.
You didn't nearly die.
I had a near-death experience.
No, you didn't.
I did. You weren't there.
They overtook you too close and you thought you were going to die.
Nah. Okay. So let me properly spell it out for you. Okay.
So if I said this story,
Yeah, of course.
they'd all call me dumb and boring.
Yeah, no.
Dumb boy.
No. I'm almost died. So riding home
I'm
after a
almost
stream.
died.
Okay.
We've heard it. Oh, no, they haven't, though, have they?
Yeah. And it's a little thin road, and I had my headphones in, so I can't hear much. It doesn't
Oh,
have
it's
a
your own
helmet on.
fault. Immediately.
Also,
your fault.
if you're cycling, yeah, you should only have the one that's away from traffic.
Or
in.
transparency mode.
Yeah, I understand that. Now,
So really,
I don't do that either.
kind of self-inflicted,
Can I,
mate.
ask,
I like getting in. I like pretending I'm in a film.
can I ask you something, Lou? Were you wearing a helmet?
What film is it? The Elephant Man.
Depends on-
Were you wearing a helmet?
No,
Don't need
helmets
it.
are kind
That's
of for
illegal.
losers. I decided until.
You get 20% off on
Is it?
Lime as well, actually. If
It's
you
not
want.
illegal.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
have to
do,
wear a
yeah.
helmet, yeah.
So anyways, I'm riding down this thin road, and this car, I swear to God, it was going like fucking 80 mile an hour. It fucking
think it
bombed
is.
by.
You'd have to wear one on a scooter.
No, you don't have to.
It's not illegal.
It's just encouraged,
Yeah.
and you're more likely to die if you get hit. Anyway, he bombs past us at 80 mile an hour, and it was close as fuck. It was like a very tight, double parked on each side, and I'm just on the left. Just bombs by, and luckily I didn't shit myself and wiggle because I had no idea he was there. Because like a second later, his
Yeah,
mate goes
definitely.
bombs by, and they were literally right up each other's arse. And then you could see him brake testing his mate further up the road, like joking on, like, "Ah, shit myself!" Like I almost died.
So where's the bit that you actually came into close death experience?
So the problem is, if I genuinely,
You got overtaken
when
by two
that
cars.
first one came by the way, it's as close as me and Tom are together. That's for 80 mile an hour car. If he just nicked me a little bit, I'm going flying.
So he was going 80 in a 30.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot.
Right.
badass.
Well,
I
that's-
immediately don't believe that.
A,
Nah, mate, he was
doesn't
going
exist.
crazy.
no one does 80 in a 30.
Well, these guys did.
I reckon he was doing 36.
It was Dom Toretto.
36 max.
I'm,
You know what it was?
apart from me, it's bad though. My instant thought after almost dying was, "Fuck! I wish I was vlogging that." Because like, I normally have a little video going on my way back.
I think they
riding
would.
the
I
bike.
think they thought you were cycling, Mikey.
No, but mate,
fine bike.
but genuinely, if I just flinched a little bit off that first one, the other one was so quick. Like, you could have just got me fucking flying.
So
And
you're saying you survived because of how hard you are and you didn't flinch?
the worst, yeah. I didn't want to say it myself. The worst thing is though, the last thing I would have seen is him without a beard, and the last person I would have spoke to was Theo.
That's a scary last.
I
That's
mean-
a scary last image.
But that's part and parcel of your normal life anyway. Like on your travel home, that's how you would.
Yeah.
So if you do die on the
is-
way home, that's exactly how you're going to go.
Right, jokes aside, obviously it wasn't a proper near-death experience.
So why
although
did you
it's-
say it was?
But
Yeah.
like, I was at home and I
Shaken
was
up.
there and I was thinking, I wasn't shaking up. I was thinking, I was like, that's mad. If I just died there, like Theo would be at my funeral. You
could say that about
and
anything.
you'd have to number one recite the last conversation we had, which would have been
Don't die on the way home.
You do realise?
Go on, using my
what I said?
No,
my
no.
morning family watching Theo. Theo was the last person who spoke to Lewis. What did you say to him, Theo?
Oh, I told him to wear a helmet. He said no. He's too cool for it.
I wouldn't go to your funeral.
But there's not. You're
Well,
not
unless you got
invited.
off with his mum
Why
again.
are you not invited?
How do you know? You're not inviting people.
Yeah, you're dead.
You're dead.
You know,
Hey, no, but it
I
did make
mean,
me
I
think-
mean,
Oh, actually, I might go just to make sure you're definitely dead.
I hate watching funerals.
Yeah.
Luke, you want to hear about a real near-death experience on a bike?
Yeah, go on.
Me and Reev and Callum, Freezy were there. Do you remember that in Richmond?
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
mate, this
On
is
your
the
phone in the podcast. Wow.
Oh my god!
Wow.
you
It's
fucking
podcast
hypocrite.
prep.
Wow.
It's podcast prep. It's
That's
podcast
terrible.
prep. It's
this,
podcast prep.
this is a
My
real.
hypocrite.
This is a real near-death.
Hypocrite.
Oh, if you tell me the plane story though.
So we were going across the dual carriageway that had we went across and we waited at the lights to cross over the next section.
Yeah, we understand what a
And
dual
I was,
carriageway
you know
is.
that you were talking about the clips. If you tried it, it'd fall over. Well, this is when I was new to the clips, and as I was waiting at the red light, I couldn't unclip, fell into the traffic.
Yeah, it did happen.
My head went on the floor, and it was a dual carriageway. And it just so happens there was a car coming on the other side of the road. But if it was on the inside of the road, my head would have been splattered into a million pieces.
So he was probably further away than the car was to Lewis.
Yeah, I can't believe he's playing down my
Well, if
one.
there
The
was a
car.
ca- if
You're
there was a
saying
car-
if I fell off my, it's like me saying I fell off my bike
fell
when I was a kid.
headfirst into
But
a
if a
dual
meteor hit me when I
carriageway.
fell off, I would have died
You did claim that you nearly died by getting overtaken by two cars, though.
at 80 mile an
Luke,
hour without a
I
helmet.
fell head first
Without being able to
into
see
a
them
dual
coming.
carriageway.
Yeah, but there was no cars there.
On the other side of the road.
Well then, 6 miles away.
Sorry. Time out for a second. Everyone that cycles with cars on the road can't see the cars coming. They're behind them.
Yeah.
No, or they come the other way, mate,
He's got
and you
mirror
can't
on
see
his
them
bike.
coming.
No, if a car overtakes you, it comes from a direction you're
I know,
not
but
looking
like if
in.
they sped this way, at least I knew they were coming. I had no hearing and I couldn't see them.
But you
so
should
it's
not be
more.
wearing double
You're trying to
headbands.
claim it. Oh,
It
mate.
was near death. It did get me thinking.
Neither of them are
pathetic.
near death.
Genuinely.
Which is closer to near death, mine or his?
Well, I mean, you actually couldn't move, so yours. You could have.
I was like a turtle on its back in the middle
Yeah.
of the road.
Have you almost ever died? Surely.
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 6 a.m. in a kitchen.
Or
or
have you ever
something.
almost killed?
Yeah.
Oh, when I had my crash with Jack, yeah.
It did get me.
Oh, no, the other one was when I got stuck in the slide. That was near death. I could have
I
died.
think you've said this before on here. That's not near death.
That's but it felt like it.
And when
Is
you
this
did-
where your dad was tossing you off in the slide?
Yeah, that's the
Well,
one.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that bit.
That's what
Yeah.
he told us on
Yeah.
episode
and, when you,
3.
and when you did the high rocks. That was near death.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, okay.
Do you almost die, or was it the plane one, your closest one?
Oh, the plane was bad.
I never felt that was near death, though.
It's
you may
scary.
not, yeah, but you're hard as nails.
No, but everyone else around me felt like, oh my God, we're really struggling now. I was like,
Chip said goodbye to his
yeah, he
family.
actually did, you know. He started texting Sabine and being like, I really love you.
But also, the air hostesses were also saying, thank God we're alive.
yeah. Yeah, it is. It's pretty morbid, though, when you're on a plane and they all just go, brace, brace.
Yeah, that's
brace.
bad.
And
You
it's
never
like
think
a
it's gonna
fucking
happen. Yeah, it's like on
cult
the film.
ritual, and you're like, hang on,
That's
what
my
is...
dream.
Yeah. End it all!
It did.
Finally!
I was swimming once in like in a river in France, but like to cross it was quite a long swim.
You told us this
yeah,
on
I had,
this
the
podcast.
I had the shoes on. I thought I was going to die. I was
That was not near death either.
I felt I got to the end. I was like, I've made it.
It did get me like no. When I go home, right, I was sat there and like I was thinking it was mad. Like Charlie would have been
Be alive.
message, and like what would she do in that? And it got me thinking like what when you're there and you're like nearly die and you have a near-death experience, it sort of gives you an epiphany. And you just wouldn't
Well,
stand.
you did that sort of thing I do there. Did you see that?
Yeah, what, the entire get up?
Yeah.
But it got me thinking like would everything?
I got robbed at
would it
knife
give-
point. That's near death.
Have you?
Really?
Oh, go on,
I was
then.
in like year 7, but
Damn.
Fucking robbing year 7's at knife point.
yeah, that's
There's a
on my
button,
phone.
like.
I was like,
Nah.
yeah, okay, you can have it.
Yeah, it's like, mate, no knife is necessary. I'm year 7.
You can have it.
You're
Like,
30.
Yes, you may have it. Yes, you're me.
I've only got Snake on it.
That was an E900, man. Man, I was so
I
gutted.
wonder where that is. these
E900.
days.
A Samsung E900. You never had one of them?
No,
I might be year 8 actually, but
that the
man, I was
slidey one?
so gutted. Yeah, this
Oh, they were
mate.
big.
such
Yeah.
a sick phone, man.
Oh,
And then
I
my
had
dad-
the Nokia equivalent though, but I
Sony
don't know what the
Ericsson
number
Nokia.
was.
that's cool.
and then my dad,
Walkman,
my
yeah.
dad wouldn't let me. He wouldn't buy me another one for ages. I don't know why he blamed me for getting my phone robbed
Apple
Shouldn't
were
have
in
been-
the
shouldn't have
game,
been there,
really,
son.
from like 15-year-olds. I was only like 11.
You know that happened not with the knife, but with me and Gib in Ukraine.
You got robbed by monkeys though.
So not with a knife and by a monkey.
Yeah.
Well, no, the monkey was the distraction. Next thing you know, we were surrounded by all these
Other
like,
monkeys.
other monkeys, yeah, and guns, not guns, and guys. Mate, there was loads of monkeys. He had a fucking nappy on.
No.
We were like, oh, look at this cute monkey with a nappy. Let's take a photo. And then he got, yeah, now pay us for the photo.
Are you sure it weren't him?
They walked us 20 minutes to a cash point.
For a monkey.
Me and
monkey
Gib were
photo.
shitting it. We were like, we don't know what's in their pockets.
Not gonna-
Mate, it's quite. We went under like a underpass with them.
Why? Just say no.
Was there no one
Mate,
else
they-
about?
They took us out of the. It was the Champions League festival. They took us out.
Yeah, but
So
just
it's
say I'm not going to
Just say
go. There's
no.
loads of people
Yeah.
here.
Well, but
Oh,
you guys
there's a lot of witnesses.
No,
There's
but
you're not gonna
also,
kill
like,
me
when
here.
there's like 7 blokes around you, it is a bit like intimidating. Not to be like, no.
No, you
But you know what is
definitely.
annoying?
That's Tom's wet dream.
Well, it's annoying though because when they took us just us when there's no one there, that was quite scary. And they
Yeah,
could,
that,
they could have
but
had
because
it-
you
left
put, you
everyone.
put yourself in that situation.
Yeah, we realised that in hindsight.
when there's thousands of people around, I don't think I'd be that intimidated. 'cause
They're
I'd
probably
be
just
Exactly.
they're walking them out. Help! They're walking them out thinking, I can't believe they're following.
The frustrating thing is that when we got to the cash
Fucking
point,
hell.
we got money out. And they were like, no, get more out.
Well, yeah, by them. They had you by the bollocks.
And do you know what's worse?
No,
thing?
you.
I said, fuck no.
By the way, that's
And then do you know what happened? We walked off. They did nothing. I was like, brilliant. But they could have had like
You
a knife
got
or
robbed
something.
by
You
the
don't know.
worst criminals of all
Ever.
time.
But you don't know. They could have had a gun or something.
But
Oh,
they
we
were
really,
shoot you at
we
the
really
festival.
thought the nappy monkey would do the trick, you know. That usually works.
Oh, you should have. It was scary. It was
The
scary.
monkey pulls out 2 bananas with the nappy on it.
Corporal Willy Wally.
God, he's
Yeah.
got a big cock. Oh, it's a banana. Just pulls it out, shoves it up your ass. Sorry.
Anyway, I started searching up people, anyways, who like life work like accumulated to what it accumulated to, and like was it worth it? And I found the guy who invented the smiley face.
Brilliant. Was it me?
No, actually, no, it's not you. Although that's a great clip. But this guy basically spent his whole life perfecting the smiley face.
The emoji.
No, the potato.
No,
smiley face.
no, before that, just a picture of a smiley face.
Oh, no,
Oh,
the potato.
Like
smiley.
he made the first smiley face.
How can that ever be proved?
Well, it's not fucking hard.
How can that
is it?
ever be
Like-
proved? How
But
can that
anyways,
ever
he
be
spent his
proved?
like life designing a smiley face, and it ended up going worldwide and
So
stuff.
how can you spend your life drawing fucking smiley faces?
2 dots, a half circle, and then a full circle.
Yeah, but there's more to it, isn't there? It's like more like the length of the smile. Does it have dimples? Does it not?
That sounds like a guy
The
who had a
shape
lot
of the
time on his
eyes.
hands.
Anyways, it went viral. It made him hundreds of millions of pounds. But do you want to see him pause?
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Do you want to see him as
He can't. How can he pattern?
How did it make him hundreds of millions of pounds?
because he invented? What do you mean?
He invented the
the
face.
smiley
Right, so
face.
every time he just put like a little TM or R in the bottom corner.
Oh, you
Copyright-
invented the
Did
smiley
he
face.
copyright the smiley face?
Yeah. There's disputes and stuff, but like
Shut up.
I'm not even talking about the because he eventually finished it when he was like 80. And by the time he finished it, this is a picture of him with his final smiley face, and look how fucking miserable he is. Isn't it mental? So
I
this
don't
is,
like the cheek thing.
I have actually seen that.
so
smiley
isn't
face,
it isn't
yeah.
it mental? Like
Yeah.
that's the
So
creator of the
miserable.
smiley face.
He's put all of his energy into the fucking
But-
picture.
So that's what I was thinking. Is like if
When
I
you-
died,
That's
I'm like,
how
is
you
that
know-
me?
That's how you know that smiley face isn't realistic because he was drawing it because he's never fucking smiled in his life.
That doesn't
crazy,
look like
though.
100 millionaire to me.
That's the hero of the smiley face.
Luke, are you
fucking
saying
hates
right
his
now
life?
that
What are we
You had
doing
a
here?
realization of that you need to start living in the moment and be happy now instead of stressing over every minute thing.
Yeah,
Is that
I
what you're
needed that
saying?
experience.
I could
Give me that.
copyright like drawing a
It
cock.
did.
So
That's off super bad.
everything we've said to you over the last year or so, you now believe is to be true.
Perhaps.
Damn, you've opened your eyes.
Not too much. Oh,
Oh
God.
God.
Yeah, man, but that's the guy who drew
No,
a smiley face.
can I genuinely?
What did you show us that?
Did he make money off that picture then?
Yeah, there's loads of like copyright disputes because people were using it as like, mate, it's a smiley face, I'll use it. But he's like, I fucking invented it, man.
You didn't know.
I can't believe
There should be a film about that. Well, did you not have the same realization when you shaved off your beard
What about smiling?
about what's life about?
Well, I've always thought, what's life about?
It's still
That's live.
It's just it's weird looking at still. How has it been being a beardless man? How's your life
I
changed?
still want to kill myself.
I feel like we should probably explain to people here because there's some people who watch.
No, don't.
No,
explain
we
it.
can't. No
Don't
context,
I think
mate. They
people
can-
will know.
if they're fucking
There's people
fans,
that would watch only
they can go and
backside.
watch the other show.
There's no way.
I swear
only
down there.
people watch
I swear
backside.
down there is. It's mostly females.
I don't think
Oh,
that's
what?
true.
So the crossover of
I know
just
what
like
they
people that
watch.
watch here and not that show is.
There's people. If you never had this, people come up and they're like, "Oh, I love a backside," and they don't
Yeah,
know what
they-
pitch side is.
No,
Yeah,
I
have you not
rarely
done
Did
it?
the
get
half
that.
marathon.
Yeah,
That's a good example. So I'm listening.
Oh
to
yeah,
this
there was a
now.
woman listening to Backside on the half marathon
yeah.
last year.
Well, I met her as
One
well when
person.
you were ahead of me.
Yeah.
Speaking of achievements, I think a round of applause is in order. No, not you. Don't clap.
Oh, why?
Us three can clap. You don't. This man has ran a PB in the marathon.
Thank you. And you're next.
Anyways, so how was it?
I was, mate. What a day, Brighton. I honestly think Brighton might be one of my favourite cities in the world.
Why?
I don't think I've ever been to that.
Why Brighton?
Why?
Well, he already started laughing before I finished the sentence.
Did you know? Here's a fun
I
fact.
don't think I've ever been to that place.
You look like you'd
it's
fit
not,
in a Brighton.
when it's not being
No,
sunny.
you look like you'd fit in there.
What are you trying to do here?
Well, I
I'm
think
saying that looks like your like area, the
Yeah.
seaside views,
sunny, fit,
lovely, fun,
jorts,
fit,
a lot.
Yeah.
nice.
As you said,
Sure.
eccentric.
It's like, you know, Brighton's the gay capital of the world.
Right.
I didn't know that, no.
Aiden went to Brighton here recently, and he said there was a lot of
And he
gooch.
bummed a man.
A lot of gooch.
Yeah, a lot of gooch. But then that confused me because I was like,
What does that mean?
yeah,
just like a
I was
gooch.
like, for a lot
Surely
of
that's
gooch,
a
it's
per-
just a lot of people without clothes on.
No, that would imply that his personal experience was just like he saw a lot of gooch.
Why
Yeah,
did he
that's
say
what
lo-
it was.
Why did he see loads of
I think
Gucci's?
people just didn't wear pants. He was saying.
What's he on about?
Mate,
Do you
you're-
realise where the gooch is?
How?
Yeah,
can
I
you, can't
I
even
don't
see
think
the
he
gooch?
realised.
Is he like going up under people? Like,
But I think it was
He's
just like
perv.
people just
that
like
is a bit of a weird thing to admit. Anyway,
I don't know.
is he might be a perv?
Are you sure he wasn't winding you up?
Maybe people wouldn't do that to me.
No, yeah, everyone's very
No,
serious
no,
with
yeah.
you all the time
You're
because you're a
very
serious,
serious
guy.
man.
I am.
People take you seriously.
I'm very philosophical.
People do take you seriously. They don't laugh at you all.
It is marathon season though. Proddy's doing one at the
marathon
weekend.
season.
Chip and Cow are doing the London.
And then you're
Is there
the
anything
you're
more
the week
boring?
after prod.
No,
Ah.
cycling.
Nah, cycling's less boring.
Is it?
Cycling,
Yeah, you see more.
cycling is genuinely probably one of the best sports in the world.
Cycling's pretty fun.
You
Yeah,
could,
it's
you
fun.
go and see the world, and it basically costs zero effort to do.
And
so.
also when you're going downhill, you
Actually,
don't have to
That literally isn't true, though, is it?
That's your
Cycling's
legs.
very expensive.
My legs are gonna be fucked. As soon as I hit a hill, I'm gonna kill
Cycling's
myself.
expensive.
You've just
sport.
said cycling is you can go and see the world for no effort.
yeah.
Fucking
How
bike
does
the
that
whole
make
way.
any
Just
sense?
a bike the entire way.
No, as in go to
That's
the
kind of-
countryside and stuff.
What?
That's seeing the world.
Have you seen the countryside in the UK?
Yeah.
I imagine he might have once. Like,
It's just like you. And
lives
your-
Where I'm from, he's got a lot of
Invention again.
countryside.
I think we should all go on a group cycle.
Don't change the subject because you said something stupid.
Funny,
No,
fun-
I'm doubling down.
Funny you say that.
I'm
Actually.
doubling down.
All right then. If I want to go and see Peru,
Stop being so fucking.
how do I
negative.
get there?
Cycle.
Okay.
I'll cycle to Peru.
Would
Like,
would you say that obviously you're getting married and you've got
Yeah.
Is it?
a few stag do's coming up?
Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to do on stag do's?
Uh,
Because for the viewers don't know, on pitch side we're doing come stag with me.
that's on this.
Not
It's on
backside
backside.
on this one.
It's tough, mate.
Oh, is it?
Remembering 4 podcasts is difficult.
It's on
I know.
backside.
Yeah.
yeah, then hometowns on.
Why the fuck would you do come stag with
non-football.
me on pitch side?
Yeah, it's a good point,
yeah.
isn't it? I don't actually know. You know, I've finished my semi-big event for the year, so maybe just get.
You've
Pissed.
got a semi.
It's quite cool. You're getting 4 stag do's.
You are.
I'm getting more than that
What? Why?
because I'm getting my actual ones as well.
Well, yes, 3 from
That's
us.
3 from us, and then the actual
One
one.
stag do.
Oh, but I'm probably gonna have 2 though
Why would you have 2 stag do's?
because I can't take my dad and stuff onto the one that.
No, you're supposed to.
Why not?
It's a bit too.
I'm gonna
hairy.
take. I'm just planning my mates one. I'm gonna
What-
bring his
I
dad to
think I was
Benidorm.
gonna do.
What are you planning? What do you think is happening on the stag do?
Just a lot of crazy shit that I don't want my dad to.
Yeah,
be
he
part
wants to
of.
be. Yeah, you
What,
would
like
love it.
what?
He's a very innocent man. I don't.
Yeah, well, we're going to
No,
corrupt him.
he's not, mate.
You're going to see a different side on
I
that
reckon-
statue.
You haven't seen his rap sheet?
Yeah. Could he have shagged a prostitute?
He's a paedophile.
He watches this. So.
Sorry.
Your father's a paedophile.
So wait, do you think you're going to get strippers in that on your stag do?
I don't know because I'm not planning it, but I
Mate,
mean
yeah.
that usually does happen, doesn't it?
No,
So-
not at all. I think that's really
Oh no!
immature.
Don't get me a stripper.
I don't think that's correct.
I actually, this is probably embarrassing. I don't think I've been on a stag do with strippers.
I've never been
I
to.
I haven't.
I've never had a lap dance.
I've never.
You've never been on a stag do, have you?
Lou, what, you went to that?
No,
German
I've only
place.
went on one
Yeah,
stag do.
yeah. The first half of the first half of the statement applies.
on a
mate.
stag do.
Now we're just coming up to that age now,
Oh, yeah,
usually a bit
What,
ahead
where
of
you get
me.
What are you
friends?
talking about?
Where people getting married.
Is Tom in charge of your stag do?
Me and Freezy.
That was the original plan, right?
Or the winner of.
Or the
Come Stag
winner
With
of
Me.
Come Stag With Me. If whoever,
I was setting that up for you guys.
yeah, whoever wins Come Stag With Me.
That's fine with me.
can
It's
plan the
less
real one.
effort.
I'd love to plan your stag do. If you'd consider me for the role, I'll be eternally grateful.
Well, you obviously all considered. That's the whole point of the show.
Well,
Definitely not going to be rigged.
well, yeah, that's great because I haven't had a choice in what I'm doing for my stag do for you.
Wait, he picked yours.
Basically,
I sort of helped.
okay.
Oh, Lewis.
Well, there's certain,
I
there's
gave two viable options. Well, now because Theo wants to do this and I want to do that. All right, I was like,
There's
just
viable
choose it
options
for me
was,
then.
we'll go to the Cube and F1 Arcade on something we're trying to get sponsored, and that's London based.
No, I said we'd
Don't
have a,
ruin the thing. It's supposed to be a surprise.
No,
for
no,
me.
we're not
that's
doing
not
it.
going to be.
my,
okay.
my idea was
He
a
was
cheap.
a fan.
Because he was like, yours has got to be a cheap one. All right, great.
No, it's not. Yours is the medium price. Mine's the cheap one.
You told me it's got to be cheap.
It's cheaper than what you wanted.
And then I said we could have a day in London just doing like different games like Flight Club, The Cube, F1 Arcade, just getting pissed. Yeah, great.
Sounds a bit
Well,
boring.
no, actually,
it's not a
because
good
we've got-
video.
It's boring.
That's what I mean. I'm
It's
a
good day for him,
producer.
though. I
It's
don't
not
care about the video.
Well, I do
doing
care
it
about
for a
video. That's
video.
why
We're doing it for
exit.
him.
No, that's the real one.
That's a real one.
Oh,
It's a
right,
video.
Sorry. So I'm not getting 3 good days out.
No,
I'm
you
just
are.
fucking
They're
turning up
good.
and
Oh,
shooting
no,
again.
Trust me, mate. You're gonna have the.
My one's
belt
my
for
one's
that.
What made me get married?
I don't even know what I'm doing for you now. So,
Okay,
'cause
right.
it's
I
not-
will say his. You know what, Tom? You know he's giving you shit for yours. His one, I planned.
By the way, I
mate.
can't. Him in the messages, I can't believe.
Mental.
The only thing that he's contributed, I challenge you to say one more thing than this: is you've asked the people I need the things I need from them.
So without me, you have none of it.
No, I came up with the entire concept and everything. All he's done is send a few messages, and he's like,
I've
"Oh, in the
organised the
intro,
whole
please,
thing."
you have to say thanks to Theo in the intro because he texted a few
Mate,
people."
all he's done, yeah, come up with
It's
all he's
crazy,
done
by
is come
the
up
way.
with an idea.
Your ego's out of
It
control.
actually is because I
I've
came up with the
done all the
entire idea. The only person I owe thanks to is the people next door there who helped me a little bit.
You had an idea, and this
You
one made
asked
it
the
happen.
people I need.
This one made it happen.
No, it's not.
Do I get free shout outs for
Shout out to the stag.
proposing
Yeah, thanks.
to Meg?
No.
No.
No. Why'd you do that?
No, it's a joke because obviously taking credit in the intro seems a
Oh,
bit weird.
Tom, you should do a sten
What's that? A hen do.
A hen do.
and a stag put together.
Oh,
It's not the only vlog. We got a cube vlog coming up
Oh,
against Wafflin as well. That'll be out soon after
Yeah.
this. That was
I'm actually very jealous that I couldn't partake in
We
that.
could have done
Banter's a
with
bit
you.
dated, though,
Yeah.
isn't it? Banter's a bit dated.
we could have done with that. Theo's corrupted that
Did you
whole
all have
time.
fun?
That'll be out soon.
Obviously, I don't want to go too far.
Oh
into what
yeah, it's
happened.
It's actually
pretty
a lot of
fun.
fun.
It's
It was
pretty
fun.
fun. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
The fucking blind cheats, but yeah, it's fun.
I
Is
mean,
it-
don't ruin the video.
How long are you in the thing for?
And-
2 hours?
Yeah,
Yeah, but a lot of that was fanning about.
It would
like,
be really fun in like a double date vibe.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah, it would be really
Yeah,
fun.
or
couple
just with your
couple.
mates.
Yeah, or like a 2v2. Yeah.
yeah.
If you had
It is quite good when like we argued quite a lot, but when we cooked, it was exciting. Like it had the adrenaline.
Them two, it made me realise
Problem
how
solving,
much
right?
better Tom is at sport than Lewis.
Oh, really?
it's embarrassing.
And by the way, it weren't even sport.
Yeah, all right.
But-
Basic catching skills.
Yeah, hand
But
eye
like
coordination.
he was
Yeah.
he absolutely promised me he'd be good at some of them because
Nah.
he played basketball.
Nah.
Oh, the basketball one.
This is the thing. This is what was happening. It was point. On the
No, no,
basketball
no,
one,
no, no,
he was
no.
actually on his first
I
attempt.
never
he was
claimed
worse.
I'd be good at that.
You were worse on the first attempt.
I really wasn't.
You missed the first one.
Oh, yeah, you did first.
You
I
missed-
got
That's
further
right, but
than
he
he
forgot
did.
that, and it was all laugh.
Wait. No, yeah, I missed the first bucket. Who got further?
Yeah, but also you didn't.
Who got third? It's all right. You can miss the first one. I still got third.
You didn't claim to be
Yes, I did.
an ex-professional basketball
Thank
player.
you. I didn't even want to do that one.
You said you played National League.
Nah, you're a netball player.
I was
mate,
National
so-
League.
And the one where I took control of that one.
No, that was
we got that.
No, that was the only time we had actual teamwork.
When's that coming out? When can we tease the
That'll
viewers
be
with that?
the end of this month. It'll be coming
End
out.
of April.
Who played their sport at the highest level? Lewis in his basketball, Elliot in his cycling.
I mean, they both did it recreationally, so neither.
I was more successful in basketball than you were in football. I was technically 2 levels below England.
Which is still shit.
Two levels below international level.
I don't believe that.
That's what I was.
Right. Which is still shit.
Also,
No, it's
Luke,
not.
Have you ever been paid to play basketball?
That's irrelevant.
Of course it is. Of course it's not.
Of course it is.
I've been paid to play football.
Just because
You've
you're
never
a
been
D1
paid.
superstar, mate,
I don't
over in
understand
America.
I don't understand how the system works then if you're 2 levels below England.
Also, Luke, you should be.
Isn't that just the club level?
No, National League. That's National League.
So you go from being
That's
you go
National
from
League.
you go from being in a county to just being in the country.
Also, you forget it, Lewis.
No,
What about?
I'm not count National League as I'm going across England.
Also, Lewis, the standard of football is a lot higher than the standard of basketball.
National
in this
League.
country.
Yeah,
It's a National League.
Yeah, so you go from like playing each
So it's not
counties.
county.
No,
That's
you go
what I mean,
from
saying-
playing-
No,
was
you have teams like I was the Durham Wildcats, and then you have like the Newcastle Eagles, who were like way better than us. We were shit. And then there was some teams who just had, there was one team who just had a geezer who was like 6'5", fucking just a big oaf.
Which
And they
isn't even that big in
And all of us
basketball.
weren't tall.
Yeah,
but
pretty
all of us
average
were,
height, to be honest.
all of us were only like fucking 4 foot because we're kids, and he was just doing this. It wasn't even
No
basketball.
offense to like basketball in this country, but if you're playing at that level,
Yeah, the quality was so bad.
okay.
No, I promise you, if you saw, I'm not gonna lie, if you saw some of the people that was on my team, you'd be
Well,
like,
it's
that's.
Oh yeah,
I was one of
You know
the-
what's crazy is they say the
Don't
same
say
thing.
you're one of the best.
No, I wasn't one of the best, but I promise you, I was not the worst. There's some
Somewhat.
some questionable things.
You were just bigging it up, saying how high of a level you played.
I just wanted to play the game.
Oh, England's really that bad at basketball? That you
Yeah.
were two
Yeah.
tiers
No,
below
the high, the good people are good, but like compared to America, we're shit.
Well, no, they're,
What,
they're
anywhere
world-
in Europe?
Well, they're world champions,
Spain,
aren't
aren't they?
Spain are beast
Spain are
mode.
good. France are
Croatia.
good. Slovenia are good. Who does Jokic come from?
It's Croatia.
No, he's not.
they? He's Serbian,
Oh,
no?
oh, this is something I want to mention
Serbia,
to
yeah,
you.
Serbia are
Have
good.
you seen his brother, by the way?
Yeah,
Oh my god,
mate, he's like the scariest bloke
so
ever.
Jokic is
Did he also play
he's
basketball?
like 6'9".
Yeah.
He's
And
currently the best player in the
his
NBA.
brother.
No, I know.
His brother is fucking massive.
Did
He
his
goes
brother
out.
play basketball as well?
No.
he looks like
looks
he
like
looks like a mafia boss.
Yeah, like a hitman or something.
But he's like double his
He's
size.
literally he's got to be about 200 kilos, and he's like 7'3"
I gotta say
or something.
He's sat next to Jokic and makes Jokic look small.
And he's massive in the NBA.
And
as
Jokic
well.
is fucking huge.
Yeah.
He's got a big dick as well.
Good God, man.
Something like
What the?
It's
Sorry,
crazy.
before we go on that.
What am I
It's
reading
crazy.
here?
No, okay, wait a second, we'll get there. I did want to mention something. Do you remember the other week when Reev crashed out and he was calling us absolute idiots and why would scientists possibly make a woolly mouse? We were ahead of the news curve because the guy who did it has not only went on Joe Rogan talking about it, but also
Hang on.
they've
Do
actually
you-
brought.
do you
Oh!
get- No.
That was a
Finish this
crazy
sentence.
It was a
crash out.
mental crash out.
Do you get handed so many L's that whenever you bring a W up,
Gaslight,
it has to be-
gaslight. You
I
can't
don't
Why
handle
are you
the
clinging
L.
on to it 4 weeks later?
Welcome to my world on pitch side. This is all they do.
Reed,
Yeah.
I don't want to be. You need to be the big man here. Tom,
need to be a big
Tom
man.
is the big man on pitch
Hey,
side.
hey, well,
He
hey,
will. No.
Reed,
He's being
hey, settle down,
sarcastic here.
son.
Look at
Settle
this.
down.
I promise you, I swear.
Do you know what?
Look,
Can I
do you know what I
go
like
inside
about Tom?
Reev's
That's a
psyche?
poor man
Can I
that
go
waits
inside
like a
Reev's
handshake.
psyche?
Hang on a second. Do you know what I like about Tom? Is that on pitch side, he's accepted his L's recently. He's the bigger man.
I'm just shit. I've offered a handshake.
And now I
He
can't-
doesn't like being
the
wrong,
amount of
does he?
L's you've had recently is kind of crazy, and you're just in denial.
He
You need to
hates
be the
being
bigger
wrong.
man.
Do you remember his invention?
It's there. Look at this fucking shit.
Did I not say it was shit on the stream?
Say it now. Say
I
it now.
admit it was worse than I originally thought.
That's not saying
no,
it was
that's not
shit.
saying it's
That's
shit.
very
That-
different.
that-
You originally thought it was amazing.
It's only
so-
because you've read the comments, though.
No, it's not.
And replied to all of them.
But anyways, guess what? The people who are making the woolly mouses actually have brought back a different extinct animal. Have you seen this?
Guess I
dodo.
have.
Genuine. That's on the list.
Is it the
along
wolf?
with
The dire wolf?
the dire wolf.
Yeah.
From
I thought Game of Thrones. Yeah, I thought this
What's
was
the
big.
direwolf?
Giant wolf.
It's like a
Why?
massive. It's a massive giant.
Why are we bringing that back?
Look, I'll show you.
I'd like one personally.
Why?
If they bond to humans, right? So they like look after
So
you
they're
and
basically
shit.
a massive, like Arctic living, like
Yeah.
huge.
Where are
wolves.
you gonna keep an Arctic fox?
No, there is
wolf.
There is a genuine reason. I think it's to do with help
Bedroom.
with. I think he's like the wolf's boss,
Yeah.
so other wolves will be protected by the
They
dire
put it
wolf.
on
The alpha.
the cover of Time magazine.
Oh, that's not as big as I thought it would be.
They're only 6 months old.
How do you know how big that is?
It's a magazine.
Not next to
What, in
anything.
comparison to the letters.
Yeah, look at it. That's what I was going to say. That big. Look at the letters. You see by the
It's
letters.
the
mate?
size of a
Quite
bear.
cute, actually, isn't it?
Nah,
until
so
it rips your throat out.
No. The way I can compare it is in Game of Thrones they are massive. And
they
in
will
that,
get
it's
that
not
big.
even-
So
Oh,
I've been
okay.
listening to the pod on this. So it's they're 6 months old and about 85 pounds now, and they'll grow until they're like 1.5 years old. So they're gonna get like big boys.
That's the size compared to a human and a normal wolf.
But it is
That's
kind
just
of
double the
mental.
size of a normal wolf.
Pretty
Probably
big.
the size of a lion.
Because are we not going down the Jurassic Park route?
Yeah, I just don't see the point in this. What we gaining from
The
it?
direwolf.
The wolf
Will they
one,
suck you off?
the wolf one has some implications with the wolves going extinct. They'll help with that, and the mammoths help with the environment.
Well, the
But
woolly
wolves-
mouse.
Don't you think?
Not a mammoth quite yet.
Don't you think humanity's just entering down a really weird
It's getting scary. The fact that,
slope at the moment?
by the way,
Like all warfare eventually will be just like fought between drones
or dragons
or
if
like
we breed.
remote people that are fighting on the battlefield, and you won't even need to fight.
Oh my god, dragons
Oh yeah,
versus drones.
that's why it's scarier than a nuke. What are you on about? Battles. There won't be wars anymore. Because if there is a war, someone gets nuked and we all die.
No, we'll
You
be
know what?
using
We're
dinosaurs.
more likely to get world peace. Well, think about it. If everyone,
Oh, no, do you know what? No one ever thought of that.
Yeah, what
Hey
is-
guys, this sounds crazy. We might have some world peace.
I think
Well,
the only
think
way
about
that
it.
happens is you not waking up tomorrow,
well, think about it, right? If everyone's got a nuke,
or you actually.
Then no one has.
then no one has a nuke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about it.
No, but then we'd all lie, wouldn't we? No, yeah, I've got rid of mine.
By the to go back to that, if you could bring back one animal from extinction, what animal are you
the
bringing back?
dodo.
The dodos. That is the one that they're working on. You'll be happy to hear.
cute.
Saber-toothed tiger.
Oh.
Why though?
Saber-toothed tiger is a popular one because they're kind of cool. They are working on those, but the saber-toothed tiger
Have we
isn't...
not got enough animals that could kill us? Why do we need more?
Brachiosaurus.
A what?
Or
No.
maybe like one of them big with the long neck.
Yeah, giant leg.
Yeah, I'll bring that back.
Say what you shouldn't bring back a fucking velociraptor. That would be shit.
Well, he didn't say.
Well, that wasn't the question, though, was it? So
An interesting thing with the saber-toothed tiger, that's like there's more than one. Like there's just that one from Ice Age that we all picture, and they have like essentially
There
how
you
they
go.
genuinely how they do it is quite interesting. That they get loads of permafrost versions and find the bones of them, and they intersect all these bits of DNA with other relatives and sort of comprise it together.
Yeah.
And that saber-toothed tiger doesn't have strong enough DNA, but they do have like a different saber-toothed
But
tiger.
this is my
that
whole.
They
this
have
was
really
my,
good DNA
This
on.
is my argument about the woolly mammoth, though.
He's going to try and say it was right.
No, I'm just saying. Like you're implying that they would need to put it into a relative descendant, right?
So
How
this,
they
no,
make the
there
woolly
is
mouse, buddy?
there is actually a moral
So
dilemma.
what we're establishing is mice are descendants of the mammoth.
Well, actually,
There is a moral dilemma of say these direwolves, is that a direwolf?
Well, yeah.
It's kind of similar to Ship of Theseus. Is it a direwolf? Because it's actually comprised and made in a lab, and it's, and there's a lot of argument about what is a species.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Like say,
Just call it a modern direwolf.
because like how do you even define like a species? So that because there's arguments where like a species is defined when you can't crossbreed. Like so
Yeah.
these two things.
Yeah.
That's a different spider, but it's also
Well-
some people do geography. Like if it's in a different area, then it's a different species.
What about dogs?
That doesn't apply to humans, though, does it?
Like, dogs,
Exactly.
for example. Like, all dogs can interbreed with each other. So aren't you creating new species there?
So this
No,
is
they're
the
different breeds.
So this is the problem.
Different breed, same species. If that makes
But
sense.
a wolf is a dog.
Well, no, a wolf is a wolf.
No, it's
A
not.
wolf is a wolf.
dogs
a wolf.
dogs came from wolves,
Yeah.
but dogs are a different species.
But a
to
lion
wolves.
is a cat.
Yes. Big cat.
But is it different species or different breed?
Different species.
It's a different species.
Different breed of cat, though.
Well, big cats are not the same as little
Big cats are not the same as house cats, are they?
See my point?
No, I don't really. To be
Didn't
honest.
really answer anything.
But
there.
is the
Makes
direwolf
you
a
think,
wolf?
doesn't it?
Yeah, hmm.
Yes.
Because they're essentially.
I understand your question. I don't think I'm
It's a breed
clever
of
enough
wolf.
to have an answer.
Does it matter though if it's not?
Well, the argument is from the people
Is it
who make-
real? That's the thing.
The
like-
argument from the people
Suppose it is.
making a direwolf is it's like, right, if I had this perfect genome of mammoth, but it was pink and had like silly
Oh, I
hair,
see.
is that in your
But how can
idea
we-
more still a
But
mammoth?
how can we prove what a direwolf looked like back in the day though?
They know from like the skeletons that, but there were theories where some
no,
said
but
they
you
had
would never
red hair.
know. No, but I'm saying yeah, exactly. So you'd
So-
never know what
No.
color it was, but it could come back a completely different
that's
color.
what-
So if we brought back a woolly mammoth and it turns out actually woolly mammoths were like pink anyway.
Or had spikes.
Yeah, we just didn't
Aren't
know
they
back in the
painted
day.
on walls, woolly mammoths? They've got cave paintings of them, don't they?
I know, but is that?
Well, that's where the time machine would come in useful, wouldn't it?
I think
Yeah, we should just invent
the
that.
reason they know about the woolly mammoth, sorry, is because they do have them in permafrost, and it's like really you have like live hair,
Right.
but it's like really dark because of the mud, so they actually think it's quite bright and fluffy, like the woolly mouse. They think it was that color.
Yeah. Well, it's like my trip to Thailand. Beep, 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 beep.
Fucking hell, mate. Let it go.
All the elephants that cover themselves in mud and stuff, they actually look brown.
Yeah.
But they're just grey elephants.
Interestingly,
There you go.
it's the Asian elephant that's the closest relative to a mammoth.
Wow.
Which is bigger, the Asian elephant or the African elephant?
I don't know.
Oh,
African.
mate, come on, man.
African?
Correct by far.
African are
A
massive.
lot.
Yeah, it's just an interesting one. But like, it might be 5 years down the line that you say drone warfare. We might actually just have
I didn't say
fucking
drone
dinosaur warfare. Like, we
Well-
could have dragon versus
We
drones.
wouldn't know because people just nuke each other. It's not going to happen.
Well, obviously,
Dragons?
You want to clearly bring back the direwolf, Lou, don't you?
I'm a big fan of bringing back a dinosaur,
What else would you bring back, though?
a T-Rex.
I'm talking about the comeback thing we're doing. You said we're doing top 5 comebacks?
Oh, the top 5 comebacks
You
ever.
segued that really nicely this year. It's
Oh,
better than
no,
usual.
he's an idiot.
Better than usual, and you let him down.
Sorry, my G. Yeah,
I want my comeback
I
from
thought
your
it'd be good
mom's
because
face.
there's a lot of things that we want to bring back from not just our lives when we were younger, but from maybe our grandparents or years and years back.
Oh,
maybe you
yeah,
want to
yeah,
bring
yeah.
back torture. You know what I mean? The death penalty.
Oh, I
Who
didn't
knows?
think of that.
But we
What?
ranked the top
death
5 things that we need to bring
Are
back.
you saying in British society? Because those things do exist in the world still.
I'm just talking about my life.
Okay, right, fine.
My life.
Who wants to go first?
I'll
Should we
go.
do one each or just individually?
Oh, yeah, go on. Let's do that. Let's do one each. You start with your number 5.
My number 5.
Mine's not in order.
My number 5 is the cane. I think we have a lot of dickhead children.
I don't
these days.
mind that.
What, you mean hitting people?
I actually don't
I'm not
mind
saying. I'm
that.
not saying we go around schools and
But
beat
you
all
mean
the
physical
kids.
discipline.
No, the cane at school.
Yeah,
Abuse.
which is
But that's
physical
just
discipline.
physical
But like he's
discipline.
talking about broader scheme. I'm saying I specifically want the cane.
No, he didn't.
No, I'm
all he
talk-
said was physical discipline.
Yeah.
The cane.
I actually don't mind that. I used to get smacked around the back of my legs.
I used
You
to get a slap.
Are we?
I think it teaches you respect for people who are older than you because you realise from a younger age you could beat me up.
Although you do also get teachers who like nonce kids, so maybe they'd take it too far.
Yeah.
Jesus
That is
Christ.
true. But yeah.
Are we allowed to do like comebacks of things that like sort of like were done back in the day, Rob?
You're allowed to do whatever
Anything
you
you
want.
want. This is
Yeah, I mean,
backside.
he said death
You
penalty and
did-
torture before we started.
Yeah, I
so.
guess so.
You did guilty pleasures on just pleasures, so you can do it.
But before you're not allowed to like slap your kid anymore, are you? Like not in the face, but on the arse. I used to get a slap on the arse.
Okay, right, fair enough, mate.
We don't need to know what you and your dad got
You
up to, mate.
Is that no? You get spanked.
Well, you don't have to do that.
Slap on your bend
No.
over again, Lou.
Well, it's a bit weird that you were 18 at the time.
Yeah, my mum used to do my back of my legs, man. I used to like, run up the stairs. Like,
My mum used to do this where she'd do that and then slap her own hand and I'd cry anyways.
so you didn't get hit.
Yeah, but I thought I did off the noise.
Because I'm an empath.
Because you're an idiot. She knew you're a fucking idiot, so you
Go on,
thought.
Tom, what's yours?
Number 5, I've got. Do you remember the extra strips? Like
Chewing
Oh,
they're
They-
not.
they-
Oh, like thin.
Really thin, like paper, thin, like strips, and you put them on your tongue.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
remember them.
They're class.
I thought you were about Chewy.
It was
Oh, do you
either
know-
extra or airways. I'll get a photo.
Do you know what I saw? I can't remember where I was. I saw 5 gum.
Mine actually is more sweeties, number 5. Cadbury Snaps.
They were beast mode.
Chocolate Pringles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they
Cadbury
were
Snaps were
good.
fucking beast mode.
That was beast.
Yeah.
mate. Oh, do you know what I haven't? Do you remember the
The mint
mini
ones.
Pringles in the little tub?
I remember them, yeah.
And then you could see how many could you fit in your
Me
mouth
mate
at
used to always
once.
give them a hit.
No, I
Yeah.
don't remember
You never
that.
had them.
No.
I
they
don't
were-
remember them.
Oh,
Good
they
little
were
packed lunch
class.
food.
Packed lunch
My
food,
brother-
yeah.
not my brother, my
Mini
mate used to have them.
Pringles, man. Oh, my number 5. This is a bit weird, but you know how we always like if we play footy now at 5-side, we'll go to like Power League,
Yeah, you mean kick around at the park?
kick around at the park using jumpers for goalposts.
People still do that.
They still do that.
But when was the last time you did that?
But you do
Because
it.
you're not 9.
Just nostalgia.
No,
Well,
but I
your
thought
next football video,
I
go
saw,
do
I
it.
saw it through the podcast. I said, imagine how fun it would be if we all just went to the park and had a kick around with jumpers for goalposts.
Not now we're 30.
Yeah, I think that's nostalgia, not actually like bring it back.
I think we should bring it back.
So you want,
I see that all the, but
Do
the
a full
parks
video.
by me, I
I'll
always
bring
see
back
kids
jumpers for
playing.
goalposts.
10
Bring it back.
screamers in a jumper for goalposts.
Oh, no, that's over. That was over.
yeah.
It's over. That's it, the post.
Or bikes. They always have bikes or jumpers. And
Bikes was a good one. Then
Bikes
you
was
could
good.
actually get a physical post in it.
It was
Yeah.
always ideal if you got like 2 really good trees. We always had 2 class trees.
That
and
was
you had
just
to
not
that's
put-
unfair, though. That's
practical.
like an actual goal.
No, because the other side had put goals, but these ones we had 2 greatly spaced trees. It was an
wasn't
unreal
it weird that
strip.
you could all just sort of agree if it had gone over or had hit the post.
Yeah,
We definitely didn't
Oh no,
agree.
shit
sort of knew where it
kicked
was
off if
there.
it was close though. If it was like if you
I was posting
just
in,
over- yeah.
definitely posting
Fuck
in.
off, mate. You've been doing that all game, man. It's been going wide every time, you little prick.
Would you choose like which footballer you were? We used to
When
play
I was
it.
really
Like the Nike
young.
advert, where they go, David Luiz.
We used to play it, but there was a kid who was like a bit older than us and played. But like, do you know when did you ever have that?
I'm
Like,
Henri.
he would still come in and play, but like, because he's playing against kids, he would probably think he was like Lionel Messi, like bullying all these children. He used to
I remember the ones went down the park, and my dad had just bought me the new Europa League football, and I loved it. Right, I was only about 11. Yeah, it was like the UEFA Cup, whatever it was at the time. I got down there and I was playing with my mate, and these group of like 16-year-olds come over, just took my ball, started playing with it, and just wouldn't give it me back. And I just had to sit there for like an hour. They were like, and then they just booted it in the tree.
Character building.
And I was just like, and I couldn't do anything.
It was horrible though.
Just laughing at me. I was
I
like,
remember you know the Total 90 aero ball? I got that first kick in the form bush.
not the same though, is
Yeah,
it? But
I mean,
okay.
you just got bullied for an hour.
Yeah,
I mean,
like-
you've just gone. I've missed the target and popped my ball.
I remember
First
sitting
kick.
there. I remember texting my sister, being like,
What do I do?
like, can you help me? Like,
They
can you
need to
get
bring
one of your
that
mates to come down. And she just didn't reply.
I once went to a
So
sleep. I
horrible.
once went to a sleepover, and I went in like my mate's shed.
Oh
and they,
my god!
And they
Fucking
locked
And
the
there's a dead body in there.
Nah, this is actually traumatic. They locked the shed. So it was like me 3 mates outside and just would not let me out the shed for the
Wow.
entire
And I stayed there for a
No,
week.
I swear to God, I was there for
Funny,
like,
just-
I swear, I'm not taking this, I was there 4 or 5 hours in stocks.
Oh god!
They would not let me out the shed.
Are you still there with your mates?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
brutal. Like, I understand why it's funny, but it was awful.
Yeah,
And-
4 or 5 hours not funny.
Yeah, you got bullied.
but it's like, but it's not
Yeah,
my
you were
shed.
bullied, mate.
Guys, it was so funny.
Yeah. Oh my god! Like,
My
the look
mates, they were definitely my
Yeah, the
mate.
look on their faces was so funny, man. They were having a great time.
they
I know
were.
I was miserable.
It's like, and I was crying, but it was just so funny.
Yeah.
No, it was
Crying.
actually-
You know, when it, like as a group collectively, it's like really funny, but just you're really miserable.
Actually, that's what
That's
it
not
was.
a mate, isn't it? You're just crying in a shed while your mates are pointing and laughing.
Yeah.
So shit. It was a sleepover. I was
Oh.
excited, man. It was gonna be good.
Yeah,
fun.
they were not your mates.
Yeah, when like it's the first time I've like really got invited to their house. Went for a sleepover, and they just locked me in the shed for 5 hours.
Nah, do you know what's awful? The morning after, I locked the guy whose house in the shed. I'm like, wait, you're in now. And he instantly just headbutted the window and stuck his head out. He's like, let me out now. And he just broke his own window.
Hey, you were some freak
Yeah,
mates, mate.
It's
Can
kind
I
of
do my
badass.
next one because it's in relation to your sleepover you just mentioned. Sleepovers with split screen, bring it back. Age
Ooh,
30.
LAN parties.
Yeah.
What's that?
Do you ever play like Call of Duty split screen?
Split screen.
No.
Like
Yeah,
one
it's
on the
pretty
top, one on the
sick, to be
bottom.
fair.
No.
Oh,
You
my
go,
mate.
you go online.
I bet you're more
basically on, like, the same
FIFA
screen.
and you don't need a split screen. You just.
I never really played.
Never played Call of Duty.
I did, but not sleepovers.
Stan used to bring his Xbox around. We'd have 2 screens next to each
Also,
other.
That's cold.
when was you playing Call of Duty? Like how old?
Year 9?
Yeah,
Year
16,
8? Year
17.
10?
Isn't it?
You were still having sleepovers in year 10.
That's a bit.
Ooh, he watched the
With-
World, he watched the World
with
Cup final in
boys.
his room, mate.
We used
was-
to
it
just
was
sit
a
and
bit
do
out of
like
context,
for a rate on Facebook, but everyone just wanted.
Oh, sorry.
He watched the World Cup final in his mate's bed.
Mine is actually pretty similar to what
Remember
Theo
that?
said, though.
Remember that?
Oh mate, that's no, yeah, that's normal though, as you say. Did you ever do like for rate at sleepovers?
I don't understand what's
What?
weird about watching the game
Like
at your
for
mate's
rate
house.
on
I just don't
Facebook.
In
get
the bedroom. That's weird.
where the TV was.
I'm sorry, that is not where the only TV was.
That's
Yes,
weird.
it was.
No.
So weird.
They don't have a TV in their living room.
Nah.
Liar.
Because upstairs was like it was like a living room bedroom thing. It had like a bunk bed and a sofa.
What?
I don't believe this. Anyway, it
All
doesn't
right, anyway,
matter.
I'm lying then.
My number 4 is kind of similar to what Theo said, but just without the split screens. Hanging out, but with no obligation to do anything. Just people just come around your house and you just sit in there doing niche, whatever.
I like that.
In London, all the time you have to do something.
They don't.
Like you have to
I agree
arrange
with
to
that.
go
No, I
out,
feel-
or
you
like
feel like you
just
have
having
to.
your mate around your house and just being like, all right, what are we doing?
That's
Yeah,
why it's nice
just
having
chilling.
like when you have a flatmate and you sort of sat and you do it now
Yeah.
because it's fine.
I suppose that
just
kind of
being
happens.
around.
Do you know when that does happen? In the sun.
Yeah, true.
You just go, we'll just go here and just do what, like we did for your birthday. I know that was your birthday, but like
Yeah,
we
you
just
sat around doing
I
just
find that-
something.
yeah.
I do find it's rare in London though. Genuinely, people
Even
always
that-
need to be doing something or
Yeah,
make a
yeah,
plan,
yeah.
and
I
it's
think
fucking
like going to the
exhausting.
pub is doing something.
No, but that's a motive. Like
Yeah.
you're going
See,
in
I
and making
don't.
sure to.
See, that's where I disagree. Me and my mates can just go down, like we'd just be like, we'd go down the pub and like do fuck all.
Right.
We don't have to play darts or we don't have to watch something. We can just sit around having a pint. Like
I'd like that.
But then would you class that as...
I like friends. I class that as going out and doing
It'd be
something.
nice to have friends.
That really slipped out there, Lou. I'd love that, please.
Or what if like sometimes we have people around our flat and just like watch a game or the fight?
Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I mean.
That's what you mean?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. So if you have real friends, that does happen.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. That sounds so great.
But what content would you make from that?
Yeah, good point. Actually, where's the financial
Right,
benefit?
my next one is Kirby.
Oh, good game.
Kirby.
I don't see anyone
game.
playing Kirby.
Yeah.
Kids are playing that.
Mate, I
No,
don't-
mate. There's like my mum and dad's road, which is like there's loads of families up there, and it's right by a park. And when we'd always be up. I'd always be up that cul-de-sac playing like Rally 1, 2, 3 or Kirby.
You play slam.
I don't know what that is.
You have to smack the ball against the wall, and then the other person has to hit it. So it's like kind of
Yeah, I
like squash,
played
but with a
that.
footy.
I played
Yeah,
that.
I
You
did at
I played that at
school.
school, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't have my cul-de-sac didn't have a wall like to play that with.
Yeah,
But is it not, do you not think
yeah, outside
they
of
don't do it
houses
now 'cause
sometimes.
It's a bit too dangerous now, isn't it?
Well, wait to
Well,
see my number 3. But
I had an honorary mention that's fairly similar, but I don't know if you ever used to do it with your mates, but do you ever pretend there was an invisible string to stop cars? And like you go each side of the road and you go like that.
The car
and
just
then
never
the car,
believes
and
you.
the car would just stop there and then you walk off.
I've never had them
Did
believe
you
me.
actually do that?
no, we
I
used.
did that, yeah.
Yeah, I've tried it.
Have you never done it, mate? It's fucking unreal.
I reckon that would be pretty
Like,
funny as a
cars
kid.
coming down like a 40 and you go, oh my God, we could get him. And then you walk around and then you pretend to pick it up off the floor and you go like that. And then they just
That is
stop there
pretty
and
good.
then
Have
you
have you
walk
tried
off.
that in this day and age?
No, you get fucking... They get out of the car and beat you up.
Do you know what? Like on that note, like I never get snowballing cars. I feel like isn't a thing.
Oh my God,
It's
we used to,
unbelievable.
when the walking
Yes.
back from
Yeah.
home and the
Oh.
bus come past.
You guys
It
got
was
snow.
like
Mate, we fucking
Yeah.
we were waiting for the school bus, right? And we all bombed the fuck out of every car in that because we're lads. But this car goes,
with
car-
snowballs. With snowballs.
yeah,
Yeah.
this car goes past, we bomb it, and then pulls over, and we shit ourselves. For some reason, we're all too thick. We're like deer stuck in headlights. We just don't move. And it's someone's dad from the school. He comes up and he starts fucking giving us pelters. But then I feel like he reached the point where he's waiting for us to run away, and he just like
it doesn't happen anymore. I drove past my old school not when it snowed last, and I was like, oh,
bomb me.
I was thinking, oh,
Bomb me.
fuck's sake, you little bastard. No one did anything. I was like,
Do you,
you.
do you lot get a lot of snow days then up north?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate,
We
had a-
used to break into our school on if we had the day off for school.
Is that
no,
should that make a
no.
comeback?
Break into the field.
I really wanted to learn. So I just went with
because
Sam learning.
yeah, because we had massive hills, so we go sledding
Oh,
into on the
nice,
school.
yeah, yeah.
Last time I got bombed, but not bummed, was in the car. And like some genius
dad.
kids, I was actually so proud because I hadn't been bombed in ages.
Stop saying bomb.
But like,
Sure,
there's,
is there another word possible that you can just
So
like,
the-
hit with snowballs or something like
so
that?
there's a big
instead?
hill going up, right? And like there was a massive boulder here, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I drove here, and then when I drove to the right side of the road, they all came out. They put a boulder there to navigate
Oh,
anyone
nice.
over there, and I was getting bummed and bummed. And I was so proud.
I was getting bummed. I mean bomb.
Okay, what about next one?
I haven't said my fourth
Pull
yet.
me out of the car and bum
But
me.
then we did take it a bit too far. Then when we had no snow, we throw apples at the bus.
What about
That's
eggs?
great.
I put brick on the road once.
What the fuck?
That's just really,
Yeah, it was really stupid. But like,
that's
do you know when
just-
you're a
that's
kid
really
and you're an
poor.
idiot?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have been.
Well, obviously
far,
I
man.
shouldn't have
Make
put
it
a
come
brick
back
on the
just ruin
road.
it.
I
people's
chuck
lives.
bricks at cars.
Or again, this is not a good thing. We'd set up a goal on the park, like aiming towards the road, and wait for a car to come past and pretend like the goalie would like let it in. So you just kick a ball at a car.
Would
Did
you
you
never
ever-
do that with your mates? Where we used to
I
get,
didn't mean it, mate. We're playing football.
we used to get someone to walk in front of us when there was like someone across the road, and you pretend you're throwing a snowball at him, but you just lob it at them, and then you're like, sorry mate, I was aiming for
The disabled kid in the
my
wheelchair.
mate. My mate did that and he lobbed it, fucking smacked him right in the head.
You threw it at the
was
disabled kid.
unreal.
Remember you told me about that? You used to
No.
throw them at the disabled
That's
kid.
not
You
cool.
ever used to steal dust caps?
No.
From cars?
Yeah.
No.
Why would you do
No, I
that?
didn't do it.
Isn't that theft?
That's not nice.
I didn't do it.
Also, why would you? I mean, it's nothing.
And
I
on
used to
bikes and
thieve all the
stuff.
time.
And bikes and stuff.
Oh, poor deflated
You
tires.
take, like some cars have like cool dust caps and you put it on your bike. Allegedly, I didn't do that, but
Oh yeah. fair enough.
I used to be a right little thief.
Number 4, I have bring back jewels.
What's that?
Like, do you know, like in the Wild West, or when they call each other
Oh
up
my
on jewel?
god! What? As in like fucking pistol duels?
To bring back more murder.
Just
Yeah.
in general, it doesn't have to be murder, but like it's like right, you've
Right.
overstepped it now.
Aim for
I'm
the
challenging you to a
yeah.
duel.
Yeah.
That does happen. People
bring
fight.
back a-
No,
bring back
but
a
it's an
1v1
arranged thing.
where you
it's
can
like
die.
tomorrow at noon. It's
What, like
tomorrow at dusk. We're meeting here.
Like boxing.
No, but it's out in the open. It's like a duel.
Yeah, but like
But it's with
travellers do
lightsabers.
that. They're like, we'll have a fight tomorrow.
I don't.
But
Maybe
did
no
you
one's
do that?
duelled me.
Yeah, but did you do that anyway?
No, I'm
Well, you're
saying
not
just
bringing it
in
back,
When
Why
have
are
you
you?
ever duelled?
I'm saying it bring it back in life, not me personally. I've never been around duels. I just thought it was something mint.
What? So
Right.
bring back people
Dueling.
rocking up with pistols, and then whoever gets it out first and shoots the other guy wins.
Or trial by combat and stuff.
Lou, you die.
Right, what's your number 3?
Yeah, let's rattle through these now.
My number 3 is now on this. I don't think bad stuff, but like really mild. I guess you have to call them slurs, but not the bad one.
Yeah, we discussed. Yeah,
know what I
One of
mean?
mine is bring back slurs you can say in 2006.
yeah.
I think all slurs should be allowed back. Like,
Did you really not? Did you really not expect this segment to go exactly like that?
I caught
No, don't double down and keep calling.
You have to
nothing's
keep
going
it
in.
in, but bleep it.
Yeah,
on the same thing. Bullying.
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, well, it hasn't really left my
It's a
life.
touchy subject for him.
Yeah, and look how well he's turned out.
You're doing great.
Actually, he is right. To be fair, character building.
It is character building.
On a lighter note, prizes in cereals.
Oh, great. Yeah, I don't really.
That's where they have them still, don't
No.
they? Like, Marlon
Not
learning
like they
about-
used
can't-
to,
you
mate.
can't-
Oh, mate, that's unreal.
Oh, do you remember the Frosties little football thing?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
Cocoa Pops.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to kick
Kellogg's
up
used
with
to
it
do
all the
sick
time.
ones, mate.
No, wait. I thought you meant like the cereal bowls you used to get. Like the
No,
free
the-
cereal
do you remember
bowls.
the little
Yeah,
foot-
or like inside the packet.
in Frosties they had like a mini football.
Yeah, you
It was like a little sand. You know the little like.
you pull your thing out, and then if you got it in the bowl against your brother or whatnot, you're like, I got the prize, you know.
I don't remember. That.
Oh, mate, they were the best.
Goated, right?
Why do they not exist?
Don't know. Health and safety, maybe. I don't know.
Huh?
Yeah.
Good lord, man. My next one is Blockbuster or video stores.
Oh yeah, or borders.
That's
mate.
a shit
No,
one.
no,
though.
but I know it's nostalgia. But going to the video game store in Seaford on a Friday night to pick out like Star Wars Phantom Menace.
You think that's
Oh.
better than Netflix?
Yeah, he's got a point.
No, I don't. But I'd love to go do it.
So you're just talking complete nostalgia. You don't actually want it back.
Yeah, bring it back.
I
Bring
never
back
even experienced it.
video.
I never went to a
They're
blockbuster.
shit, mate. You'd
You
go.
never went
You'd
to
go.
a-
You,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go. You go
I
and
lived in
window
a
shop
village.
the DVD that you want to watch.
We had
That's
it in our local. It was
When
called
they started
Billy's,
doing
like
DVD
corner
on
shop.
the
You could like rent
yeah.
a film or
That's-
Yeah, but-
Blu-rays
yeah.
as well.
shit, mate. It was shit. You'd pay over the odds.
It's
I
no,
love it. We'd rent a
it's-
video for like 24 hours. It's class.
the shit.
The
mate.
difference in convenience now is it takes 10 seconds to choose your film on Netflix,
Yeah.
or you go and spend 45 minutes picking
Yeah,
your
but
movie
how
at the store.
excited were you to go
Yeah,
to
but
the
that's
video
'cause I was a
store when you were
child,
kid,
and that was
you
the only
And you could look
option.
for all the videos on the VHS and like, oh, which one I'm gonna get?
Yeah, but you're just picking memories of when you were a
Yeah.
kid.
All right, bring back James Bond on 3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon on ITV1.
That happens over Christmas.
No, don't.
What else do you?
Every week.
My next one. Is that what you said? Original Iron Brew. Where the fuck has it gone?
I never had that.
Oh, it's so
Apparently,
good.
it's unreal.
It's honestly
Don't think
my
Why
favorite
why
drink.
Did they change?
2018, they changed the
Sugar and
recipe.
that, I think, and the
And
recipe.
they
yeah.
dropped the sugar content by like 90%, and it genuinely tastes.
Apparently, if you can
no
get
way
like
near
an old
different.
school iron brew, it's different level.
Oh mate, it's one of the nicest drinks possible.
Yeah, I need to invest in old school iron brew.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Stop with that with your foot.
Yeah, it's
please.
really annoying.
really loud as well.
I just thought of my one there. Oh, that was it. Yeah, my number 2 is. I was going to try and be funny and put fingering in, but I think people still finger, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So my number 2 will be British Bulldog.
Oh yeah.
Great shout.
Because that got banned when we were young
Oh
as well.
yeah.
Broke my collarbone playing that.
That's why it got banned.
Yeah.
Oh,
I used to
what a
love it.
fucking
I missed
game.
the year 6 disco and everything.
You didn't go?
I broke my collarbone that
So,
night. I was in
British-
hospital.
British Bulldog.
Just put a sling on.
I was
Mate,
in hospital. I was year
When-
6.
You
when
don't
you-
stay overnight for a broken collarbone.
Football training was at 6:30. Broke it in the warm up playing British Bulldog. Went to this disco started at like 7:30.
Mate, you felt when
You would have missed it anyway because you're playing football.
No, everyone finished training early to go to disco. Obviously.
What, you trained for half hour?
Yeah, can't remember. Probably.
Yeah, I didn't want to be funny either.
Did you ever play British Bulldog?
Number 2 was fingering for me.
you two like not.
I think
Have you ever fingered anyone?
apart from yourself.
I can't imagine.
all I've
I can't
established is-
imagine him at school being like, "I fingered this bird last night, lads."
I feel like
Yeah, 'cause
it now-
I feel like
What do you feel like?
I feel like this list is Lewis trying to retrospectively show how cool he was as a
Yeah,
child.
but he was-
No, 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 no,
None of
no.
these things have happened.
Don't get me
from,
wrong.
Back in the day.
I was not partaking. I'm just saying it's died off.
I
That'd be pretty
can
cool.
still remember the first girl I fingered and where it happened.
so
it
can
was-
I actually.
It was in the trees of like, it was on the corner
Classy.
of this road by mine, and we were all like hanging about on the street corner. And we went into like this big bushy fern tree, and I was fingering up the tree. It's fucking unreal, man.
We
Yeah,
live
I'm saying, like-
we live different childhoods, man.
I think I didn't get near that territory for a while.
We used to have.
We can tell.
Bring it back, man. I mean, introduce it. Introduce it.
All right, what's your final one then?
My final one is quite comfortably unwoke television programs.
Yeah, like
Little Britain.
Balls of Steel.
Correct.
And films like Tropic Thunder.
Yes, exactly.
Still never seen it.
It's
I think.
too fucking
No, I haven't.
PC
Gotta
now,
see
man.
it.
I agree.
It's so shit.
And do you know what? I was actually
Comedy is crap now.
I was actually having this conversation with like AB and that on the weekend that I actually think you would get away with it because so many people would be like, no, we find this funny. And the woke
Yeah.
brigade would actually
No,
get...
it's turning now. It's
Yeah.
changing a bit again. Whereas,
Tom,
like,
can you please next episode have watched Tropic Thunder? I beg you.
you'd really like it.
It's
I've
so...
seen loads of clips
Even
from
Team
it.
America, that's unwoke.
Team
Yeah.
America's
That's-
great
that-
as well.
I mean,
Someone's favourite film.
Or like even like Ali G or Bruno.
Exactly.
Bruno.
Exactly.
Fuck me, imagine
Yeah.
Bruno
Amazing.
coming out now.
Well, I've actually got the best one. Best
Okay.
final
You
one.
haven't, because I have.
No, you haven't.
I have.
The Chicken Legend.
Oh, right. Fucking,
In particular,
a fucking fried chicken sandwich.
Salsa Chicken
It's not-
Legend.
the spicy meal one was better.
Barbecue on real. Have you,
No, the salsa one was
Salsa
I
better.
never had it.
Salsa one was
Why
better.
they got rid of that, I will never know.
Yeah, but you can get a better fried chicken sandwich from KFC.
Or Popeyes.
Nah, you can't, mate. Chicken
can.
Legend. And
You're only
give it-
saying this because you have an affinity
All
to
yours are
McDonald's.
just nostalgia. You don't actually want
Nah,
them
the
back.
the Chicken Legend is my favourite thing they've ever done. And what you could do, instead of a Chicken Legend...
What about the
you can
breakfast
get-
wrap?
Remember the deli? You remember you have a deli or a wrap? You get a
Yeah.
deli or a wrap. The deli was a different bread. Oh, my days.
Well, that's the worst one
How's
out of
he
all of
prefaced
them.
this? Was that's the best
What's
one
your number one?
possible?
Chicken Legend, of course.
I don't know if you know about
If they
mine.
bring it back, it will... The old,
What about the
world
breakfast
way-
wrap? Does that still exist?
Yeah, it's still out there, yeah.
Oh,
Came back
shit.
recently. But the whole point, when they brought the breakfast wrap back...
Mate,
changed
no
the
one gives a
world.
fuck.
But the Chicken Legend, if they bring back Chicken Legend, world will end.
My last one is, I don't know if you know this, Peter's Bakery. You ever try that?
No. My
Every-
hairline.
Every village used to have one. You get 4 sausage rolls for £1. They were, and believe it or
Better than
not,
Greggs,
in
man.
my opinion, they were right up there with Greg's. It was fucking class.
Fair enough.
Okay, right, mate. Very
Yeah.
specific.
My number one, Power Pods.
What's
The
that?
little things.
Football crazy.
Football,
Chocolate, man.
Oh.
Get a Power Pod and play football. Yeah, they don't do them
With
anymore.
him. What are they? I know that
Kids now have match attacks and Power Pods.
The little
shootouts were better, by
And
the
like
way.
on no, they weren't.
The
On the
little
bottom,
originals.
you'd have like their stats.
Yeah,
They have
yeah.
like the big head and like the different celebrations. You get different.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
You'd get different coloured bases. I remember trying to
Mini
get.
Martin 4.
That's
I
what Mini
remember
Marco
trying to
was.
get the Henri,
Yeah.
but in the away kit for Arsenal for so long.
2006?
And when I like this is like 03, 04. When I finally got him, mate, it was the best day of my life. My dad used to go down on a Sunday morning, get a paper, bring me back some Power Pods. I'd open it, open the chocolate, have the chocolate. I've got thousands at home. I've got
That's
boxes
actually just
full.
that's reminded
They're
Is
me.
there
Well,
any that you
100.
still don't have to this day that you
No,
needed?
I still. Well, I took to America with me my gold based R9, my Gianfranco Zola, and my
Gold-based.
Jason Kumas.
They must... Oh, no, it might be worth quite a bit, you know.
Yeah, but I'd never sell it. It's a gold base away kit Brazil Ronaldo.
Would you sell it for 10 grand?
Shut up, mate.
Maybe.
There you go, you sell
That just reminded me of another great thing that doesn't exist anymore. Do you remember game trade-ins?
Yeah.
I bought FIFA Street for £1 because I gave in 4 of my old games, and it was the
You can do
original
that-
one with the Ronaldinho cover.
Can you do
and I
that in
thought,
CE?
You can do that in CE.
No, you
No,
can
but
still
they're-
do-
that- it's
the
not-
problem is now you
not
don't
the
really
same, they're
use
just
this.
shit-old-
It's like his Blockbuster argument,
Yeah.
which is a bit hypocritical because I don't agree with that. But I agree with going into a game shop and buying a game that you never knew because like you
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know what was released.
Yeah, I know what
and
you
you
mean.
trade in and you're like, oh, I've got 20 quid. What am I gonna get?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
High street video game stores just don't really. hit
Or
the
go
same
into
now, do
Asda
they?
with your mum and not being like, oh, buy me this boxing
But you just,
game.
yeah, you just get it
Or-
online now.
What about... This is a very niche
And she go,
one.
no, and fuck me.
Call of Duty release day.
Perfect.
When you were at school.
What a day that was.
Oh, did you?
We got told
Friday
off.
night.
I didn't really
We
play
used to
it.
get
Friday
told off
mornings,
all the
isn't
time. We'd be too busy, like too excited about Call of Duty Black Ops 1 coming out.
Yeah.
We-
By the-
FIFA dropped the same as
No,
well.
for FIFA, did you get
midnight
half
drop.
price at midnight?
Yeah, yeah,
half
FIFA
price. Yeah,
midnight
my
drop.
dad would go for
I
it.
never,
Yeah.
I only ever got them. I had to wait till Christmas.
I normally
No,
did,
but
but
mate.
sometimes.
sometimes you'd find out, Asda's got it £10 cheaper. Run!
Yeah.
Yeah, I think towards the end, because when I started to actually earn my own money, I'd put some towards, and then they would buy me it. But yeah, I always had to wait for Christmas, man. It was a killer.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Right?
You were a Christmas noob. That was a good time for us.
Put your
Not on
top
Call
5
of
in the
Duty.
comments.
Oh. What?
I said put your top 5 in the comments, and then there's some finger
What the
guns.
hell was that?
That was really
Problem
weird.
is, we've on
All the
average,
viewers might be too young.
Yeah, we've lived a lot of life on average compared
But
to.
then
We
I'd be
are pretty
interested to
old.
see their perspective, you know?
Yeah, but theirs would be like Fortnite
I'd like them
season
to know
one.
what they think about the power pods though, because I
Wouldn't
do think that is a better experience than a fucking card.
It's too
Because
expensive
I
to
even at the
produce, though.
stadium, you can get the stadium and
Yeah.
play with
They're
it, a bit like
honestly-
Subbuteo.
Subbuteo.
They're
almost.
probably too expensive to produce.
And people just don't get to, like, kids don't get to shop
No
for that, I
demand.
suppose.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah,
the end of
believe
the
that.
episode. It's half quarter.
No, I've got a fact, man.
hour and 10 done.
I
Yeah,
haven't done Gaz
I've
Gobbles
got a
either.
fact as well.
Man helping mom move furniture.
Hang on, what's
I'll
the
move.
theme? I want to know
Yeah,
the theme.
I couldn't. I struggled this week.
Oh, it's
There's
just back
no
to
theme.
normal.
Man
Alright.
helping my mum or ma move.
No.
Marmouche.
Man helping his mom moving furniture finds long lost lottery ticket worth $50,000.
Oh,
That'd be out of
America.
date though.
Would it?
Oh wait, $50,000 back in there.
Well, you can ask questions. Hang on. Time bending in apostrophes. Fog delays hundreds of flights at Denver International Airport.
I'm bending.
And finally, Bulgarian club apologise after holding minute silence for a former player who's still alive.
That's so true. I can see that happening.
Yeah, man. What
This
are your
ticket-
first initial thoughts,
This
Lou?
ticket, when's it from?
So, a Maryland man, obviously it's in America, helping his mom move some furniture, found a stash of scratch-off lottery tickets. So I'm guessing like scratch cards, not
Yeah,
lottery
yeah.
tickets.
Evergreen then.
And one turned out to be a $50,000 winner. The Nottingham man told Maryland lottery officials he was helping his mother move furniture at her house when he came across the small stack of long-forgotten tickets. I said, "Hey, Mom, I've got some scratch-offs here. Can I scratch them?" The player recalled. The man's mother told him to go ahead, take the tickets home, with the understanding they would split the winnings. It turned out a $5 holiday luck doubler was a $50,000 winner.
Players, interesting. That's ChatGPT.
Could be.
The man kept his agreement and split the prize money with his mother. So she'll actually end up. Oh no! So he said his share will go towards saving for a house and paying off debts, including money he owes his mother. So she'll actually end up getting more. He said.
Doesn't it like expire though? Like, every year or something to claim it.
I don't know. Well, clearly not.
Depends on the back. I don't know.
Why did you call him a player?
Because that's what he says.
Is he shag?
Also,
No, because he was a scratch card player, wasn't he? He's a lottery player.
so he's claiming that because he found them, he's entitled to the money, even though they're his mum's scratch cards.
No,
an interesting
he said he
development.
was going to go and take them back, scratch them all off, and if there's any winnings, they'll split them.
Oh, I see. But he owes his mum money, so could be true. Could be true.
Which one do you want next?
What does time bending mean?
Yeah, that's an interesting
So,
kind of phrase.
travellers at the Denver International Airport were left baffled on Monday morning. This is from April the 7th, 2025. So it's like,
Yesterday.
yeah, yesterday. Silver-coloured fog rolled onto the tarmac, causing massive delays and confusing both pilots and ground crews. But that's bullshit. Not like I mean it's it doesn't mean like it's according to eyewitness it's bullshit. It's a load of shit.
Now, according to eyewitnesses, what?
No, because it's a long article. I'm trying to get the best bits.
Oh, interesting.
Even
Yeah, it could be.
airport officials initially attributed the phenomenon to an unusual atmospheric event, but they later walked back on their statement after local meteorologists confirmed no weather patterns in the area could explain the fog's sudden appearance or metallic
so they went back
sheen.
in time. What?
No.
I don't get it.
No.
I imagine time bending just implies that there was no prerequisite for there to be fog, and then the fog just appeared.
Basically, and
You know, like we get a weather app that says, "Oh, this all this shit's
His
gonna happen."
headline is "Fog appears."
Yeah, out of nowhere.
but it's not.
Well,
No, but
it
it's
happens
not.
every morning, doesn't it?
No, but it's not normal fog.
Open the window. Oh, it's foggy. What do
not.
you mean? How's this a news?
It's not the app.
That is not a thing.
Oh, sorry, I've missed a key part.
I'm thinking you have. yeah.
According to eyewitness accounts, several passengers claim to have experienced missing time. Again, this is America. with some stating their watches and phones fell behind by as much as 45 minutes while sitting on the planes. So that's the bit I missed.
That'd be magnetic something though.
I don't know. So that's where the time-bending fog comes on. The FAA has launched an investigation, but has so far refused to comment
How do
publicly.
they even investigate that? Investigate fog.
So basically, I think, long story short is, a weird fog appeared with no predictions or whatever in Denver, and people on the planes ready to go had to be delayed because of it, and then they've experienced their phones and watches going back in time.
I know it's
That's the
possible,
gist.
at least.
I think that might be I think that's too weird. Deep. I think that's real.
I think,
And the final one was
Final one was the Bulgarian football club.
they gave a
What team?
They are called Arda Kazali.
If we had better knowledge, we should know that true or not.
I don't think
Are
they're
they
like
in the top division?
I don't think so. A Bulgarian football club have apologised for holding a minute's silence for a former player who's still alive. Arda Katsali, which is located in the southern Bulgarian town of Katsali, I'm probably saying that wrong, and playing the country's top division, held the minute silence in honour of Petko Ganchev before Sunday's game against Levski Sofia.
Okay.
Both teams lined up near the centre circle, blah, 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 bowing their heads to mourn Ganchev. Before the match was over, Arda posted on their Facebook page saying they'd received the wrong information, that Ganchev was in fact alive.
I just feel like that could be right.
I think the first one is fake.
Yeah, I agree. I think this might be the most blaringly obvious one we've had. So
And that
far.
was the lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Indeed. I think there's holes in that story compared to the others, which are based
And
in
you,
realism.
what you think it would have expired, so it's not applicable.
It's more like
it's just
it's
like
more
fake.
like the way in which Tom read it. It's as if he's
Oh,
like.
you don't like the word player.
I think when he's,
Yeah.
and it's also when he reads it different to the other two, as if like he's scanning through for any. He's like, I don't know. He emphasizes words more. On the
I feel like
first one.
I feel like the second one actually was an article because he tried to summarize it for us.
Yeah, I agree again.
Whereas the first,
Yeah. I'm looking at his micro expressions mainly.
And Sophia might have played.
And do you know what? Now he's got
Yeah.
no beard. It's very easy to read his micro expressions.
Yeah. You know what, lads? Should we just lock in the first one?
I think it's the first one, beast mode time.
Yeah, beast mode lock
What
in.
do you think?
I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you.
But do you agree?
I
What was
don't,
the first one?
I don't have any
Lottery.
standout feelings towards A, B, or C though. Do you know what I mean? So I'm very neutral in today.
I feel very strong about the first one being fake.
I don't like the word player though, even though
Yeah.
he picked up on it. Player's a bit like
Players bit-
that seems
players
like a robot
ChatGPT.
created.
That's
the,
like he forgot to
No one-
read that story
No one
through.
calls
Change
someone
the
who
name.
plays the lottery a player of the lottery.
yeah.
Yeah,
The player admitted.
that is fake.
The player.
Are we guessing the real or fake headline?
Fake.
You're
Let's
guessing
lock
the
it in.
fake.
Lou. Lock it in, son.
Can you stop doing that?
That is crazy, by the way.
Lock.
If they did have
Lock it
a
in.
if they did have a minute silence for a guy that's still alive.
Are you locking it in? Are you agreeing?
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, so the football one is true.
Fuck
Yes.
me, man.
It also comes down to the last two.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to reveal it straight away, am I? You big
Yeah.
cunt.
By the way, you got it wrong. Right, let's move on.
Yeah, so the Bulgarian football club, that is completely true. The time-bending fog is fake.
No.
And the lottery ticket was a real study.
No way, that's fake. That
And there's a
sounds real.
photo of them together with it. The Maryland lottery, 50,000.
But what about the emphasis and the micro expressions?
I played you like a fiddle.
Wait, hang on a second. How is time bending fog?
That makes lads. We're actually idiots. Somehow
Obviously, time-bending
Somehow
fog
again, the headline
was fake.
Somehow, oh, we're fucking idiots. Do you know what all of us are? Because somehow,
Fog doesn't
I've
appear.
just realised.
A meteorologist would tell us how the
somehow
fog appears,
we have
wouldn't
just said a mind-bending, time-bending fog is true, yet someone finding an old scratch card's fake.
it? Yeah, we fucked that.
It's so fucking obvious.
You're an idiot, though.
Don't worry, mate. It's season 2.
What do you mean? No,
Season 2
it's
of
not
Gaz Gobbles.
Mate, there was
We've
people
got
on
a
the plane
buffer.
that said their watches went back in time.
Can we just rewind 5 minutes, by the way, where these two confidently said that's definitely fake, big lottery ticket.
I can't believe how fucking stupid we are.
Weird.
I-
I don't
Hey,
care.
Luke,
He doesn't care. Look at him.
At least,
No,
Lewis.
I didn't have a
Yeah, but that's
gut
just,
feeling this
that's
time.
the issue, Reev, isn't it? Me and Lewis care about
Yeah.
it.
We
And
actually
you're just there
we
sitting
care.
on the fence, not even bothering.
It's not even affected you. You can
yeah,
see
you
your
can
face.
just go on with your life and pretend like nothing ever
doesn't,
happened.
mate.
Me and Lewis will
It
lose
just
sleep
it doesn't
tonight.
affect him.
You're gonna lose sleep
He doesn't
tonight.
care. He's mugging us all.
I don't think it's as important as you think it is. Man.
Oh, it is.
What the fuck? Right, slate him in the comments.
I'm pretty sure the score is now 2-1 to you guys for
Yeah, it was
season
2-0,
2.
I think.
No.
I think we should just have like an
Might be
old.
three.
I think we should have like an
3-1,
old
innit?
time
I
score
thought we were 3-0
forever.
up.
Like, what's an
But
old time
I
score?
battered you in the first season, didn't I?
Yeah,
We
I
don't
like the
want the
comeback
all-time score,
story.
mate. We don't want
Yeah,
that.
all time score about
Yeah.
full back, I think.
Yeah, that's
Right.
old time heroes.
Well, Tom,
Well,
you've done
thanks for
us in.
tuning in. Obviously, I
five
won
stars.
again. Hopefully, next episode, I've got my beard back, so you don't have to scream every time I come onto
Yes,
the
you won't.
camera.
Can you please rate us 5
will.
stars, please?
Next week?
Please.
Yeah, we're recording
Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, no, I won't. Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah.
And can you click like as well if you watch this on YouTube because it helps, like.
Also,
Yeah.
can you let us know in the comments your favourite sex position with men? Thank
Yeah.
you.
And also donate because Lewis needs to pay for surgery.
And thank you for 50,000 subs.
Oh, stop doing that.
Well, they give us 50,000. Let's say thank you. I need a poo.